A very good morning to you. Assalamu alaikum. Goeiemorgen, molwene. I'm Hawa Salman. Welcome to another edition of Health Matters Extra on Channel 347. If you have family and friends, please do tell them to watch us via live stream. That's www.itvnetworks.tv and click on listen live or watch live rather. So we will be updating you on various COVID-19. This one specifically, our topic for today is COVID-19 and Islamic burials. That is janazas, funerals. What happens to our deceased when they die and pass away of COVID-19? We'll be telling us more about that by Ibrahim Solomon and Mohammed Salim Kazi from KZN and the Western Cape Undertakers as well. They'll be joining us via Skype and telephone line. Today's organization that we will be profiling is People for the People, so stay tuned for that a little bit later on. And our masjid that you can get the bank details for a little bit later on as well is Masjid Bakr in Strandfontein. Note that we will be playing you various helpline numbers, so please get your pens and papers ready. If you have any questions that you want to pose to doctors, the medical staff, as well as those medical staff that need help, the trauma helpline, all of those numbers are available on our screen, so please take them down. We will be playing them throughout the show, so please note this one is a 8 to 5 number, Monday to Friday. It is a Durban telephone number 031 00 11299. Now, from the Department of Health, the latest stats we have received is of on Monday, so please have a look at this one. A big thank you to the Islamic Medical Association of South Africa and their executive member, Wahida Esop, who provides the slogan for today, Hunger Game, she says. Take a listen to this one.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Wahida Esop, National Executive Member of the Islamic Medical Association. Days to remember. Hunger Games. A dry mouth, a grumbling belly, an aching thirst. We feel for a time, but for others, a constant. The result: sweet words, well-rested belly, a heart that flows of milk and honey. We feel for a time to make a constant.
Only Wahida can turn the Hunger Games into something for Ramadan. We'll be featuring her slogan every day in our new show in Ramadan, which starts next week. So that's a surprise for you, and a new time slot at 1:30. And tomorrow's show will start at that time also. So please note, Health Matters Extra's last broadcast for this month, alhamdulillah, will be at 1:30 tomorrow, where we'll have Professor Mahdi, our professor in vaccinology, updating us on the last bit of information we can get on COVID-19. And remember, after that, please do follow our latest ITV News bulletins. Like I said, Ibrahim Solomon will be chatting to us from the Western Cape Undertakers Forum. But before we do that, let's watch a video that they put together by a special thanks to Hathim Al-Thalat Burial Services, and that is Ibrahim Solomon and his team from Cape Town, who put together this burial demonstration, a ghusl of a deceased. Please note, it's not a real body, it's actually one of a doll, a dummy. So have a look at this one. So there you have it. I hope you got some sort of idea. It took a lot for these guys to put this video together for us. We say a big shukran to the Hadim Al-Lathat Burial Services, that is head of the undertakers in the Western Cape, Mr. Ibrahim Solomon. He'll be telling us a little bit more about that video as well, and inshallah it'll be clearer. Assalamu alaikum to you, Ibrahim. Welcome to ITV.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. To yourself.
Shukran so much for your time. First question I have to you before we unpack that video, Ibrahim, is, in your line of work, this is not something somebody chooses, but you have as a personal choice. Please tell us why.
Well, it's the gratitude that one gets after one has actually buried someone, and I think it's my calling.
Okay. So amidst the pandemic and all the information that's currently going around and constantly changing with regards to COVID-19, how people get it, the transmission, how you need to protect yourself, how is it that you and your team are keeping yourselves abreast with this information of COVID-19?
Well, just before the lockdown, we've made contact with environmental health. And as an undertaker myself, and just a correction there, it's Hadim Al-Lathat Burial Services.
Okay, I'll leave you to say it then.
I know the Arabic, it's quite different.
What is it? What does it mean, Ibrahim?
Destroyer of pleasures.
Oh, okay. I'll stick to the undertakers then.
End of all pleasures.
Okay.
Right. Like I said, just before the lockdown, Environmental Health and myself and a few of the Western Cape Muslim Undertakers Forum's members met up with Environmental Health, and we tried to put something together, because according to regulations in South Africa, if a person dies of an infectious disease, the body must be placed in a coffin, and then it must be cremated. But as Muslims, we stress that we don't cremate, and we sat down with them, and through all the provinces and things like that, we kind of like came to an agreement that we will place the body in 2 body bags. If I can just run you through the video slowly, as you could see, that at the beginning we had the body, or the doll, in a body bag, which we do. Nobody asks me what the difference is between a person that dies of COVID-19 and a normal burial. My answer to them is always that all the procedures is exactly the same.
Okay.
It's just with less people, and your loved one gets buried in two seal-proof bags. That is the difference. Other than that, when we whistle and things, we go into complete PPE. And here I must stress, in the video you can see this is the manner in which my team goes into PPE. We take no chances, because we're not going to put ourselves nor our families at risk. There's people that still feel that they can hustle and take chances as far as the PPE is concerned.
So Ibrahim, if I could just...
Okay, you may carry on.
If I could just interject quickly. So you have the body, the deceased body, in the bag, but before you put it in the bag, like you said earlier, people are asking you, what is the difference? So you actually still wash the body with water and the necessary, soap and stuff. That still happens, that ghusl, that money?
Everything still happens as per normal. The only thing that we omit is the istibra.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Dr. Zakir Noor, and I'm a chiropractor. The pandemic that the world in South Africa faces.
Ibrahim Solomon, we do have the undertakers. Can you hear us, Ibrahim?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, please go ahead. The istibra?
Yeah, that is the only thing that we omit, is the istibra. that is bringing the body up into a sitting position and pressing the stomach.
Okay.
We do everything as per normal. Washing, ghusl, the wudu, everything as per normal. Then we place the body into a body bag, seal the body bag, and then place the kafan over the body bag.
Okay.
And then we sanitize or disinfect that body bag, and then we place the body kafan into another body bag and seal that, and then disinfect that as well, and then we go and bury. So it's as per normal, just that your loved one gets buried in 2 body bags.
So you say there's far less people, which means I think 2 people here. Is that enough to take care of the ghusl and whatever extra needs to be done? I mean, I know it's males, but at the moment, I'm sure you guys are sticking to that. What usually does happen? How many people do partake in the ghusl?
Normally, 2 people is sufficient.
Okay.
But if the body is heavy and things like that, there are 4 of us that is normally on standby. So if the body is heavy or too heavy for the 2 to handle, we will assist in moving the body around.
Okay.
But we also go in full PPE.
Okay. Just explain to us the outfit that they are showing now, that full PPE. You've mentioned to me previously that you have to discard it. It cannot be used again. What is, because these individuals have masks on their face, the actual, plastic covering as well, and they've got gloves and sleeves over the outfit. Just explain to us what's happening with your guys and the outfits.
Yeah. We've got a full hazmat suit, which covers your clothing or your body. And then you've got either, sometimes, like if we go to the hospitals and things like that to collect a body, they put on shoe coverings. But in the video, you will see that they've got on gumboots.
Yes.
Then also they have arm coverings, and they have they wear two pairs of gloves. You will see in the video that at the beginning he removes 1 pair of gloves, and then he sanitizes, and then he removes the rest of his PPE.
Okay.
They wear goggles, and they wear the masks, and they wear the shields. This is all used, and like I said, they don't compromise themselves nor their families.
Okay. Ibrahim Solomon, please stay online with us. We'll continue our conversation as we get some stats of Muslim deaths within the Western Cape just after this. Stay with us. Don't forget to send your comments, questions and queries via our WhatsApp line. Don't go anywhere. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good morning. The 29th day of April. It is day 34 of our lockdown here in South Africa. And note that very soon level 4 will be kicking in. So the rules and regulations will be eased slightly, but note that it's still lockdown. You have to still follow all the rules and regulations that's currently in place in level 5. I think we see level 4 take place on the 1st of May. Now we chat to the head of the undertakers in KZN, that is the chairperson of the Islamic Burial Council, Mr. Mohammed Salim Kazi. Assalamu alaikum to you, Mohammed.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah for your time, shukran. We appreciate it. Please just update us on the numbers that are currently I think last week we had on the 22nd of April, we had KZN standing at 9 Muslim deaths, and the total was at 12 within South Africa. Please can you give us this week's number of deceased Muslims in the KZN, Mr. Salim?
Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All praise is due to Allah, most beneficent, most merciful. Up to last night, we had done the 11 case in KZN.
Okay.
We had 8 males and 3 females that females have passed on up till yesterday.
3 females. All right. We did, I don't know if you were following, we just played a video earlier on in the show of how the Western Cape guys and their team have been performing the ghusl of the deceased. Is it a very similar sort of circumstance and environment in KZN?
Yes, it is quite similar. Only thing is that we do not put a body bag before the coffin.
Okay.
We put the coffin direct onto the body, and then we put it into body bags.
Okay.
So that was the only difference that you are seeing as far as the preparation of the body is concerned.
Okay.
We were the Alhamdulillah, we were not fortunately, but Allah had blessed us to do the first COVID-19 case had taken place in KZN. And Alhamdulillah, we had a fantastic support from all the organizations, from the doctors section, from the Department of Health. We have got a very high rating from the Department of Health as far as the way we're conducting every single COVID-19 case. We have a fully fledged male team and we have a fully fledged female team. We work very closely with all the undertakers in the respective areas. We currently have one COVID-19 task team, but we have a second one on standby already.
Okay. So Ibrahim earlier mentioned that they have about 2 people in the room where the ghusl is taking place. Is that the same with the KZN region? And also he mentioned that the only difference is everything is the same as before the COVID-19 cases. This time only there are less people in that room. And of course they're doing the whole PPE and the body bags, the white body bags. Is it the same for you? Do you have to limit the individuals inside the area where they're performing the ghusl?
No, Alhamdulillah, we use 5 men,
okay.
5 males and 5 females. The reason being is that Allah forbid, but if any one of us have to suddenly drop dead, we know the other guys are all jacked up to do it. So we have 5 on the male side, we have 5 on the female side. Alhamdulillah, Ghusl Khana is very big and it caters for having enough people there. Everybody is fully fitted with the PPE.
Okay.
And like I say, our KZN area, we are covering we are actually taking care of 39 affiliates to the Islamic Burial Council. So for some reason, if myself and 1-2 of my members are gone on a case out of town, we know the local brothers will able to take care of the local mayats without any hassles. Okay. So that's why our team is quite big. They're quite jacked up. Even going as far as picking up the mayat at the hospital, in most cases, our entire team is there to pick up. So, you know, when it comes to paperwork, certain hospitals have different ways, certain hospitals have other ways. So the thing is, everybody needs to know the routine and the way to go. And I think with if you're looking at 11 cases that we have already done, Alhamdulillah, I think it's quite jacked up in that sense that we must have more members involved.
So you have, alhamdulillah, you have the necessary experience. Mr. Kazi, tell us about the procedures, because of course things have changed, and with the information also constantly becoming afresh with COVID-19. What is the current procedure when a deceased COVID-19 patient does pass away?
You know, Alhamdulillah, I think because of the first case that we had here in KZN, and subsequently most of the cases were in KZN, the Department of Health has been so thrilled with the way that we are handling things that actually we're getting full support from the department. They don't question any of the decisions that we are making. You know, we are proceeding with everything, and then we are filling them in with exactly what we did. So they are so thrilled about the way that we are operating that we're getting a 10 out of 10 from them. So in regard to that, Alhamdulillah, we make sure that the department is understanding the way we are working. We, you know, shukr, everything is going to the T.
Talk us through the procedure when the deceased body is now washed and ready to be buried. Usually they take it to the masjid and they perform the necessary janaza salah and then bury the deceased. Does that still happen? Mr. Kazi, can you hear me? Okay, we seem to have some sound issues around that. Please note that we are taking your questions via our WhatsApp line. We will link in a minute or so with Dr. Kazi. But in the meantime, we know that the IMA has also put some special messages for our viewers and also their patients together with regards to the lockdown and COVID-19. So we'll quickly chat and hear what our IMA member Zakir Noor, chiropractor, has to say.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Dr. Zakir Noor and I'm a chiropractor. The pandemic that the world in South Africa faces today is that of a very serious one. I urge South Africans to please stay at home and protect the ones that you love. Understand the virus that is going around rather than spreading fear about it. As healthcare professionals, be non-essential or essential, we've all taken a firm oath to protect humanity and their health when it comes to situations like this. Remember, educate yourselves about it and make sure that you sanitize and use a mask when you're going out into public. Remember, stay strong, stand together and stand united. South Africa has been through a lot in its years and I believe that this is something that we will overcome. By staying at home, we are slowly decreasing the amount of infection rate per day and that is a good thing. The sooner we flatten the curve, the sooner we get back to normal life. So remember, South Africa, stay home and stay safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Big thank you to all the members of the IMA who've put together videos for us and also that message of realizing that they're out there for us. So that's why we need to stay at home. The government is also saying stay home during lockdown, follow the rules and regulations. Lockdown means stay at home, South Africa. If you don't provide any essential services and you're not needing to go to work or to provide food for the elderly, the coronavirus does kill. Know that together we can beat this, and that is a message from South African government. And just before that, we were listening to Mohammed Salim Kazi, and he noted to us that they have now currently 11 Muslim COVID-19 deaths, 8 of that being male and 3 female. Let's hear further from Mr. Kazi. Assalamu alaikum to you, Mohammed Salim. Mr. Kazi, shukran so much. We just had a short interruption. Also, we were discussing the arrangements made after the deceased has now had their necessary ghusl in the body bag, and they then usually go to the masjid and then buried. Does this still happen?
No, this does not happen anymore. But there is one big difference in us is that we are allowing family to view the body.
Okay.
If the family so wishes to view the body, we are allowing them, as long as they are wearing the necessary PPE, to come in and to view the body. As long as they do not touch the body and do not kiss the body, it's okay. But they are allowed to come in. In yesterday's case, I can tell you the mother, the wife and the child and the brothers of the deceased had all come to view the body. There were some family members too. Provided they have the PPE, we are allowing that. Shukr, we're giving them that final, to have some peace and sukoon that they seen the deceased one before he's finally buried. So that is the difference.
Okay, we are unfortunately having some Skype issues with Mr. Kazi and his link. We will try and get him back online. But, okay, there we go. Mr. Kazi, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still with you.
Okay, there was an interruption there. Could you continue with regards to the family being present to view the body?
Okay, after the family has viewed the body, then we will put in a janaza tray and we will have janaza salah.
Okay.
But one of the big regulations in regard to this is that every single person who attended from the time of we picking up the body till the time that the person is buried, we want every single person's name, telephone number and age. So what happens, for some reason, if the Department of Health so requests to do a follow-up test on any single one of them, the information is at hand. So as far as that is concerned, everybody, whether it be the males or the females that might attend, we will take the name, the telephone number and the age. And that is a requirement from our Department of Health locally.
Okay, so what happens then to the body?
Then, alhamdulillah, we proceed directly from the ghusl place. After Janaza Salah, there is a facility for Janaza Salah there. Then we proceed directly to the cemetery. And at the cemetery, they also give the family the choice to go into the grave to bury their loved one. If the family, for some reason, cannot do it, then our members, inshallah, will go ourselves and do the burial.
What do you mean by family members? Is it, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, extended cousins, in-laws?
At the cemetery, it's only men. So obviously the closest family to the deceased, if it's a female, then we have to think about the mahram. Those persons that have a right over that person, they will go into the qabr. We will put them with the necessary gowns and PPE for them to go into the qabr and do the burial. If they are not capable of doing it, then we ourselves will go into the qabr and bury the person.
Okay.
Once we have buried the person, we do not use a coffin. We are burying direct with the body bag into this thing, and we use planks over the deceased.
Okay.
Once we do that, we disinfect the entire qabr, and then we will start putting in the sand.
As per normal. So the family members, what do they need to come out of lockdown to attend this janaza and the proceedings? Do they need any sort of documentations, and where do they find this?
Okay, if for some reason they are having a problem, then the notification of death, a copy of the notification of death is given to them to use to get permission to attend the mayyat. But shukr alhamdulillah, in the 11 cases that we had, we didn't have any issues, because in most cases the numbers are a bit small when it comes to COVID-19. A lot of people are coming in. And what's happening is they are generally following the hearse. From the time we leave the hospital, they follow the hearse to the ghusl khana, or they come directly to the ghusl khana where the body is prepared. And after that, they follow the hearse to the cemetery. So there's no real issues as far as that is concerned. We have a designated vehicle to do COVID-19.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, we have at least 2 vehicles on standby just to do COVID-19. But we have at least 5 ghusl khanas in the greater Durban area that is ready to take on any mayyats. So if we have 5 mayyats, COVID-19 mayyats, we will able to use 5 ghusl khanas. Shukr alhamdulillah, our ghusl khanas are very jacked up, all keeping in to the regulation as far as the health department is concerned. We all have COCs, certificate of compliance. We have contracts with the medical waste. So alhamdulillah. And
we unfortunately have to take a break now. Shukran, jazakallah so much to Mohammed Salim, Kazi, the chairperson of the Islamic Burial Council, for his time. And unfortunately, that was a break in his connection. But we will continue this conversation, COVID-19 and Islamic burials, just after this. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back. The last few minutes as we wrap up COVID-19 Health Matters Extra in this time slot. I'm Ibrahim Solomon. Don't go anywhere. We now link up with our NGO, which is People for the People. I'm going to let a guest give you the more social name that they go with. Assalamu alaikum to you, Nadeem, and welcome to ITV.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you for having me on your beautiful station.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So Nadeem, tell us, who do you represent, and just also include the areas you guys work in.
Our organization name is Abantu Ngoba Abantu, meaning people for the people. We basically get candidates who come to us with issues of not having food. Initially, we started this project about a month ago where we found a need, and 11 friends of ours put money together, and we did like the first week, we did 26 hampers, and people got the word out of it. And then we continue with our NGO, and now we're doing approximately in excess of 100 hampers a day. We're not limited to any particular area. As long as it's Tikweni, because we have access to service the population and obviously drive with having the relevant documentation to travel. But we mostly got the areas like, if you look at the Phoenix area, your Chatham area, Newlands, Bonella. So anybody, it's anybody, there's no racial barriers or no ethnic, there's no religion.
Okay.
So we are giving groceries to whoever we can, as we have. Like today is Wednesday, we have a list of 120 people that we're going out to in various parts of in and around the Tikweni.
And where is this? Is this in Johannesburg?
No, we are based in Durban.
Okay.
Right? We are based in Durban, and we have a lot of general sponsors. When people saw what we were doing, we have a lot of sponsors actually came on board.
Alhamdulillah.
I mean, like this morning we had one of our good sponsors, what was it, Gold Kiss. They came in and they sponsored us 500 kilos of rice, and they sponsored us 100 kilos of beans. And then we had the capital group who gave us funding to buy our sugar and a whole lot of vast items to put in. I mean, we have a whole lot of sponsors and a lot of money that we put from our pockets. And we try our best. I mean, we like to do 1,000 a month if we have to. But the need is there. The need is great. And it's sad what's out there.
Absolutely.
We have a team of 11 members. We go out there. We vet the houses. I mean, there were instances where people were actually hoarding. And we obviously did not support them, and we left and we found the next candidate. We have 120 hampers that we're doing between today and tomorrow that we distributed, and I'm planning for the fact it's never going to be enough.
Absolutely. We have People for the People's details up on your screen now. Please take them down. If you want us to send them to you, please do communicate with us via our WhatsApp. They also have a WhatsApp number available, 08102841134, where you can contact them for more details with regards to People for the People based out in Durban. Ubuntu, is it? Ubuntu Ngoba, Ubuntu. Thank you so much, Nadeem, for your time. All the best to you and your team, and may you continue carrying this great work that you are doing, inshallah. All the best. Wa alaikum salam. There you have it. That's our our NGO feature for today. Please support all of those that's come out in light of lockdown and COVID-19. And once again, we have a masjid that we're featuring today, and that is at Masjid al-Bakhr. They are at 117A Deneghe Avenue in Strandfontein in the Western Cape. Please support all masajids, whether it is close or far. These mosques, these institutions of worships are not currently being attended to right now. They're getting no feet, no funds. So their operation cost needs to still be attended to. Please donate generously to the various masajids. Today is Masjid al-Bakhr, and we know that the resident imam there is Sheikh Abu Bakr Ismail. Once again, we have our necessary helplines up on the screen, this one being the secondary trauma helpline for all those medical staff. Please do take it down if you know anybody in the medical industry that needs assistance with just, having to talk to someone, because COVID-19 is real out there. Yes, South Africa hasn't reached its spike just yet, but it is coming. There you have it, all the necessary details. If you have missed it, please WhatsApp us on our line, ITV WhatsApp line, and we'll send you the necessary details that you have missed. We will be wrapping up the show with Ibrahim Solomon just to get some stats and also what's happening and concluding with the Western Cape undertakers. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back, Ibrahim.
Wa alaikum salam, khawat to your listeners, to your viewers.
So, okay, let's get the numbers quickly. We heard that KZN is at 11 Muslim deaths. 8 of them are males and 3 of them are females. Where does the Western Cape stand right now?
Western Cape has got 2 males and 1 female.
So that's 3 in total.
3.
Okay. I must say that, with the KZN, they did talk about they're having quite a big area for, family and individuals to actually be within that ghusl or the money room. And I'm sure on your side it might be different because you've mentioned just 2 people are limited in that area. Please tell us what it's like for the family losing a loved one at this time, not necessarily from COVID-19, but just, of natural causes, and then they are limited to see the deceased or the loved one and even, attend the janaza proceedings.
Yes, Khawa, sad indeed. But unfortunately, you see, I've tried with numerous janazas now within lockdown to educate the people as far as they're keeping their distancing, wearing masks, and so forth, and allowing only regulation says 50 people, but at a COVID-19 janaza, there's only 20 allowed. That includes the imam and includes the burial services members.
Okay, so anything else that the viewers need to know? Unfortunately, we need to wrap up. Ibrahim, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. What are your concluding comments?
Well, the only concluding comments I can give is telling people to stay at home and sanitize. That will most definitely flatten the curve, inshallah.
Inshallah, I mean, to everybody in the Western Cape, they're absolutely, I think, privileged to have people like yourselves and your team to take care of the situation which others, fear from. So we really appreciate your time, and may the Almighty grant you guys all the necessary strength to continue doing what you are doing, Ibrahim. All the best.
Shukran.
Afwan. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And that's a wrap for Health Matters Extra in today's time slot. Join us tomorrow at 1:30 in our new time slot, and going forward next week with our Ramadan feature as well. Stay tuned to ITV for great and informative programs. Catch our repeats and anything that you have missed on our YouTube channel, ITV Networks Health Matters Extra. From myself, Mr Solomon, and our team, wassalamu alaikum and goodbye for now.